Word is bond. Strolling through Atlanta, preparation for Music City. Got a lot of cool commentary ahead. Gonna first visit my favorite little spot though, my little hole in the wall that I relax in and get my thoughts cleared with the white noise. No pun intended, but I'm going to Starbucks. We're gonna sit down and discuss a little strategy on how we're gonna tackle this. Hey, what's up, bro? So yo, stay tuned. Definitely gonna bring it to you live, Music City, Atlanta.
The story of any city can never be complete without the story of its music. Music City, y'all. Welcome.
My cousin acted that shoe, y'all. That's him.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Garfield Bright, host of Music City. And guess what? We in the A, Atlanta. Music City, Atlanta has just begun. And look, doing a lot of research, been talking to a lot of old heads, and they told me that if I really wanted to understand what the undercurrent was for the city of Atlanta in terms of its music scene, that they basically told me about an equivalent pretty much to the Apollo in the 50s and 60s. We are now standing at the Royal Peacock Theater. This was an establishment that was the home in the venue for performers in the era where it was like colored and black and white. Like the Howard Theater in DC played host to like black musicians and artists. Well, this was the same kind of dynamic in Atlanta, the Royal Peacock Theater. It was this outstanding lady by the name of Ma Cunningham. She was just one of those ladies that was just so dope, a fixture in the community. She had a son, and he was his name was Big Red Cunningham. And he was a musically inclined guy, but he was also, he had talent. He had a little talent, but he also had something in him, even though he got in trouble a lot and stuff like that. I think his mom wanted to buy him a dope spot on Sweet Auburn Ave, which was historically a place where a lot of black-owned businesses flourished back in the day. And so she got him this spot. And then he started booking acts. Let me just give you a little background about Ma Cunningham. She was the type of lady who in 1949 bought the Royal Peacock, which used to be the Top Hat Club. She bought it. But she was the type of woman who was real influential in the community, like Martin Luther King. Because she had such a popping spot and it was such a center of attention and people came through, she became one of those brokers, of the intelligentsia mixed with the common folk. She was one of those go-betweens. So like Martin Luther King would talk to her. Different mayors who were progressive would talk to her and consult with her about the pulse of the city. Actors and athletes like Muhammad Ali would have conversations with her and stuff like that. She was one of those ladies. Ma Cunningham was no joke. And so she took over this place in 1949. And let me tell you, when Big Red finally got on his feet through this place, he was booking acts. I'm talking about like Miles Davis was coming through here, like Otis Redding and Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye and oh my God, like Howlin' Wolf, like blues. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, this spot was like it was exactly like the Apollo in the 50s and 60s down here. It's the same clientele, the same type of vibe, and it was an historically black district that was black owned back in those days. You know what I mean? And so this place still stands today. Ma Cunningham passed away in 1973. And and they went through different spiels. They tried to make it kind of like a little rock establishment. It was a couple of little transitions that they went through. But in 1994, it became more of like a hip hop feel. Funk Jazz Cafe was getting started, and they participated in that kind of thing. In Atlanta, a lot of artists was getting put on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were getting put on and coming through, and so this started becoming more in line with the hip hop generation. Became a hip hop venue. And so now today you got a lot of talent coming through here, and it's kind of reinvented itself. It's like a live little piece for the hip hop heads to come through, and a lot of talent's coming through here. Like Jeezy and Jock and people like that have kind of come through these walls. But this is definitely a major iconic place that a lot of people might gloss over and forget, because let's face it, Atlanta's going through gentrification. Sweet Auburn is being bought out left and right by corporate moneyed interests that don't really respect the value of the ethnicity piece that Atlanta had, that brought to the table, you know, black owned stuff. The same way in Oklahoma, like Black Wall Street is probably like a forgotten footnote, you know, but those types of things exist. I want to highlight that through Music City, but this place is iconic, you know what I mean? And big ups to Mark Cunningham and Big Red for creating a dope vibe in this city, man, and having a venue. Mark Cunningham also, of note, she owned a hotel. And so a lot of the artists that would come through here, and it was a first class hotel. And so in those days of segregation with the black and then the white only and all that, there was a comfortable space for black artists to come through that was first class. They didn't have to like be mad about not getting to the white hotels and not being comfortable. They were very comfortable. Mark Cunningham owned it, catered to their needs. Like Joe Lewis and people like that would come through. And you know, she would put them up and then they would be feeling good. They would come perform and have jam sessions. I mean, it was just down home, man, in a way that only our people know how to do it, man. And so we in the South, we in Atlanta, Music City, big ups. Royal Peacock. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yes, I am in Atlanta. This is Music City, Garfield Bright. And yo, you know, Atlanta's known for a lot of things. We visit a lot of spots. One of the main spots though on the map in Atlanta to check out is the underground. You know, a lot of people don't realize the history behind the underground. And the underground is directly across the street from the MARTA station, 5 Points. And it's ironic because a lot of artists, a lot of entertainers come to the underground over the years, made it a popping spot once upon a time, but the gentrification piece is making it something new. But people come down here and buy their sneakers. You'll see, you know, Gucci Mane, you see T.I., you see a lot of people back in the day coming to the underground. They used to have a lot of businesses in here that moved elsewhere, like Hooters and things of that nature. So it was popping down here once upon a time. But directly across the street from the underground, you have 5 Points MARTA station as the mode that connects all lines, you know, north, south, east, and west. But there's a history behind that. This place that I'm standing on right now in front of the underground, this entranceway, instead of it being MARTA back in the day, used to be the Thomas Frazier and Company slave auction house. Right here. The train lines, north, south, east, and west, there's a reason for that. And you used to be able to come here and buy your slaves and go back home to where you came from. And so we're standing right now on what used to be a slave auction house where slaves used to be sold. And you know, it linked up with Montgomery. If you go to Montgomery on the river front, you'll see that same train line where slaves got unloaded there too. So there's a definite connection. But it's just ironic that in the epicenter down here downtown, with all the urban action, with all the brothers and sisters still walking around freely, because it's a very urban black spot, north, south, east, and west, 5 Point Station was definitely, you know, standing on top of a tradition of slavery. It's just, you know, it's just ironic, and I want to point that little tidbit out because you're living in a state where gentrified pieces coming and the blacks are once again being removed from the downtown areas and stuff like that. But it's just still, that dynamic is as big of a portion of Atlanta history as the music scene. So I had to point that out, the irony behind the underground and 5 Point Station and the slave history all being meshed and jumbled around. So yeah, the entertainers that come down here, I wonder how many of us know that we're standing on, you know, slave auction grounds. Understand what we're dealing with. Commodity-based commodification of our culture has been going on for a long time, even before the music part. So the slavery is a very real segment and appendage to our musical scene. So just know that, especially in the South. All right, they want to control all aspects of us, educational and cultural. Really understand that. So as artists, we got a responsibility to point these things out and still keep it real with our music. Soul food, baby. Soul music. Music City, Atlanta. Y'all gonna go ask them a question. I'm doing a documentary called Music City, right? Hold up, let me ask you a question. I'm doing a documentary called Music City. We just came from New York. We did Apollo, Broadway. And the whole concept was basically, look, the story of any city is never complete unless you tell the story of its music, right? The music always true. So, y'all from the A, right? No. Do y'all live in the A? No. Y'all don't? Oh, y'all from Memphis?
Oh, we going in there. We going to Tennessee,
I was
right?
born in Nashville, right? In Harry Hospital. Even though I didn't live there hardly no time or whatever, but that's where I was born. But if we're gonna do a Memphis music city too. So if I go to Memphis, what are like 2 spots that I gotta hit in terms of defining that city's music?
Oh, you got it on
Bill Street. Any particular spot on Bill Street that y'all like, look, the whole street is it. That's the music. The street is the museum.
Yeah. You got blues, you got R&B, you got rap, you got everything.
Let me ask you this. Are they all in one spot or they spread?
It's a week.
What's the venue that's the spot everything?
It's downtown. What is that downtown? What part is that downtown?
Oh, it's a park.
It's like Candy Park. It's gonna be real fast. Go to like all out downtown.
Cool.
You can't miss it in there.
Cool.
If you look up Memphis and make it, it'll tell you like the start and
You know what? I think I'm in the group called SHAI. I don't know if y'all heard of SHAI from the language. Cool. And we just I was about to say, I don't know if it was Memphis that I was in, maybe it was Knoxville, but there was this big riverboat festival, like we were performing on this big boat, it didn't go nowhere.
The Memphis Queen.
Yeah, but we were singing to all the people on land.
Yeah, the Memphis Queen down there.
So yeah, okay, so we did that riverwalk. No.
You want more? No, I wasn't even thought of.
Did y'all sing though?
No. Did I tell y'all? Keep your education.
Well, look, right now, I'm still in shop. We do shows all over the world. I'm going to go to Paris, Hawaii, we still perform. But I'm at Georgia State getting my PhD in educational policy. So you can do both things. Don't ever think you got to do either or. Like if you got time to do something.
But I want to be a farmer.
Be a farmer. And be whatever else you want. I'm going to come to Memphis. I'm going to turn up. I'm going to go to Bill Street. I'm going to think about y'all. Where are you from?
Thank you.
My name is Garfield. Yeah. Y'all be easy.
Be careful.
Yeah, so this is a map of how Atlanta looked in 1864 from kind of an overhead view. And I just got through talking about how the Thomas Frazier slave house was. And I did mention the fact that the Union Army actually burnt that thing down in 1864. You're looking at 1864, the Emancipation Proclamation, you're looking at these types of things that contextualize that year. Abe Lincoln presidency, those types of things. But this is Atlanta during that time period, if you can imagine. And you can imagine the slave houses being burnt down, never to be reopened. You know, and later on it would become MARTA and 5 Points, you know what I mean? And so we're still in the underground area, but these maps are really interesting and serve as a unique reminder of the historical impact of what Atlanta is. Atlanta is really steeped in history, civil rights history. So there's little icons all over the city that showcase the historical profundity of Atlanta. And this is just one of them. But it's interesting to see how developed it already was in terms of being a place. When people think about the 1860s, they might think of some largely agrarian kind of, situation. But Atlanta was developed. The buildings, the downtown, you see structures that look like developed. It's not just an agrarian, it's not farms everywhere. This is a real developed Atlanta, even in 1864. So, history is important. Music City, ATL. What is like 2 spots that, if you want to talk about music coming out of Atlanta for y'all generation, y'all age group, what's the spot that just say it all? Like you gotta go there if you want to do Atlanta.
I mean, you gotta go like, you gotta go like the Magic City, Blaze, Crucial. You feel me? You just gotta hit everything, man. Atlanta poppin', you feel me? We on, you feel me?
That's pop because this gonna be on YouTube and stuff like that. Y'all represent Atlanta. I just wanted to hear you say it. So now it's from somebody for real. But thanks a lot.
Y'all putting it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Y'all gotta shout me out, man.
You shout me?
You do in front of it? You feel me? I'm coming for all y'all rappers out here. Yeah, that way.
What you got? Let me hear something.
Oh, you want to hear something?
Let me give him something.
Alright.
Give him a little something.
Which one should I get?
It don't matter. They don't matter. Spit it up the dome.
You know, what you were rapping in the morning?
Spit it up the dome.
What I rapping in the morning?
Oh
yeah. I said, but I don't fuck with these niggas like a dyking hoe. You on the block with no cash, I take it for a joke. Y'all niggas flexing for the ground, but you really broke. You happy because you fucked a bitch, I fucked a while ago. I'm getting money, ain't got time for the try the game. You get to acting crazy, I'm gonna have to blow your brain. Like Rollo, I done fell in love with the money game. Man, come on now, I'm coming for everybody, straight up. Straight up, I'm coming for everybody.
Yeah, let me ask you a couple of questions too, because you dope. Who were some people that might have been like, you know, people that you thought was dope from the A?
Man, my boy Puncho, Pimp B. Yeah, my boy Puncho going crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Anybody else from the old school? Like
Shit. From the A that go crazy.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Okay.
My boy Gucci, yeah.
Okay.
You feel me? My boy Thug going crazy.
Okay.
You feel me? Everybody, Rollo, yeah, I'm a young nigga, you feel me?
I mean, the A's on the map.
I'm a young nigga.
That's what's up.
They going crazy, dog.
Appreciate you, Regiment. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me the real A. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be easy. Y'all hold it down. Y'all stay good on St. Patrick's Day. You know, 12 out here looking for some shit to do. So that's what I'm saying. But you know how. Yo, what's up fam out there in the city? This is Garfield Bright, your host of Music City. Of course, I'm in the Atlanta district. And right across the street from me is a very famous club in Atlanta, a gentleman's club. Some might call it a strip club, but you talking about Magic City. And aside from the culture in Atlanta being, you know, strip club culture, right? That whole, as hip hop kind of pervaded the scene in America, period, then the strip club became more than just a gentleman's club where we go see naked ladies serve us drinks and so forth and, you know, twerk and do a lot of little lap dances and all that. This particular club, like if you know people like DJ Nando or DC, the Brain Supreme, you know, from Tag Team, or even Jeezy, people coming out, they came out of the strip club culture. And as a matter of fact, you know, the Atlanta strip club became so important in terms of the music scene, not only in Atlanta, but just across the board in America, because the Dirty South made its mark. You know, when Outkast came out and, you know, Criss Cross and Jermaine Dupri and all these different type of people coming out of Atlanta started getting put on the map in terms of its music. And you know me in the dirty. So that crunk type of music was coming out, and the taste for what was dope was being made at strip clubs like Magic City. You know what I mean? DJ Nando putting everybody on Rest in Peace. You know, running records, getting paid to run records. Like this was like the Hot 97 of Atlanta, except it wasn't a radio station, it was a strip club. I mean, so many deals was made inside this space for who gonna break a record. Like if your record gets love in a strip club and is ready for that club, like if you're in New York, you're gonna get broken in the tunnel back in the day. Like if your joint was banging in the tunnel, they dancing, blah. In Atlanta, if they gonna rock your joint in the strip club, especially Magic City, your record is a cassette. You done broke your record. So, you know, like whoop, there it is, you know, Rick Ross was hustling. Like, you know, even Usher, you know, yeah, and all that came out of here. You know, the whole Lil Jon, the whole situation, all those tastes were made coming out of this strip club right here. So this little spot right here on Forsyth and Brotherton is not just a weird place where you get naked and do all that boom, 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 which is that too, because that's what the strip club is, don't twist it up. But you talking about a political monster in terms of who's gonna get played, who's gonna get love, you know, who's gonna get respect in the street cred. You got a lot of that kind of stuff built into Atlanta's infrastructure when it comes to the underground. Coming out of Magic City, man. It's truly a Magic City. This is one of the icons of Atlanta's music scene, no doubt about it. You better recognize. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Garfield Bright, host of Music City. And yes, y'all, we are in the A. And we in the nightlife, looking around, finding something to do. And what better to do than come to a real historic place, especially in the culture of Atlanta nightlife and Atlanta streets, Atlanta music scene, the Apache Cafe. I mean, right now, you know, you got a lot of soul singing going on, you got a lot of comedic talent coming through here, you got a lot of hip hop, spoken word is big, you even got visual artists coming through here. I mean, it's a bastion of different eclectic talent in Atlanta, above and under, that are able to showcase their talents and skills at this spot right here, the Apache Cafe. Now, this thing was opened in 2001, the Apache Cafe, and I just want to contextualize the year 2001 so you could just see what this place, when it was opening, the kind of pulse that was on America that was happening. And so one of the things, if you're looking locally in Atlanta, you had Ludacris coming out with word of mouth, right? You had Jay-Z releasing the Blueprint. So you got the North and the South thing going on with the Blueprint in New York. Aaliyah passed away. 9/11. You got Timothy McVeigh, Oklahoma City bombing. You got Venus Williams winning Wimbledon, and then turning right back around and facing off with her sister to win the U.S. Open. The Shrek debut. Mike Vick, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan and living in the city of Atlanta, Mike Vick got drafted from Virginia Tech to Atlanta Falcons. And you know when he first came to the A with that kind of energy that was busting around. We about to get fit. The Human Genome is published, right? And Apple announced its iTunes for digital music. This is 2001, right? So all this stuff is going on around in the area. And then you have the heels of the 90s. So you have the energy of the 90s, the classic moment for R&B and hip hop, you know, and you got to give credit to such labels like independents like Jermaine Dupri here, put Atlanta on the map with Criss Cross, right before SHAI got signed. I remember Criss Cross said, everybody jumping around, right? And then the Brat comes out, you know, ripping it, coming out of So Def, not only for the local Atlanta area, but for everywhere. And then on the other side of town, you got LaFace, you know, but let's not forget, on the So Def side, you got Brian Cox coming out as a super producer, finally getting his props, you know, killing on hits, you know, for different people like Usher. And then you got on the other side of the coin, you got LaFace, L.A. Reid and Babyface doing their thing with LaFace record. TLC coming out of there, you know, you got like Outkast popping up out of there, Monica. I mean, everybody came through LaFace. Donnell Jones. I mean, you just had a host of people that were just talented, providing crazy dope music for the music scene, not only for Atlanta, but for the nation at that time, you know. And Outkast came out and just put everything on the map and really blew up. And it's in that bevy of talent and people feeling like these are local cats coming out of Tri-City, and, you know, a lot of people feel like I can get put on. So you gotta come to places like Apache, sharpen their skills in hopes of getting a following. So that's why this place is so significant. You can't ever sleep on places like this in your local city, because this is what a Post really is, y'all. Apache Cafe. Different history, straight up.